man. Let us rumble. It is what it is. Now, we got a little spotlight real quick. New segment on the show as well. And we're gonna sit back, chill, and you know what I'm saying, bow to the man, you know what I'm saying, with all the he got the stats, he got everything. Ty coming through with the prospect spotlight. And so, you know what I'm saying, he's just gonna give us the ins and out and who's and what's of, you know what I'm saying, who's young out there that's coming up and you know want to do their thing. So without further ado, we turn it over to you.
Yeah. So my first spotlight, I want to do Kamel. Kamel, he's a new fighter. He's only had 2 fights, but his 2 fights, he knocked them all out in the first round. He has great defense. Of course, he has great defense because he's under Mayweather. So of course he's gonna have great defense. But that boy got power too. Like to me, if you imagine Mike Tyson having Mayweather teach him how to defend, imagine that. Just imagine that. Yeah, that's to me. That's what it's like. Imagine that. Like, bruh, all that power, knock you out in 1 round. He knows how to pick his targets. He knows, like I said, he's good, great at defending, but that boy got power like crazy. And right now, like it's only a second fight. But most of his fights, they show them after the match. But I think the reason is because he's 17. But we'll go over that a little further later on. But and then also I want to talk about. Also, he's ranked number 78 in the world, but he's only a second fight, so he's not going to be ranked top in that, of course. And then my next person is also a fan favorite, Keyshawn Davis. I don't know if you never heard of Keyshawn Davis. Keyshawn Davis is in the BoMac camp, one of the top camps in the world. We got the best boxers in the world, best defense in the world. So, of course, he's going to be great at defense. He's a great closer, one of the greatest closers in boxing, other than people in his camp. So, of course, it's going to be a great closer because look who he got in his camp. And then he was a silver medalist. He lost to the boy Cruz. The boy Cruz who fought I think he fought yesterday, didn't he? Yeah, Cruz fought yesterday. He knocked the dude out in, I think, the 3rd round. And then after the Cruz had his fight, he's sitting there trying to call out Keyshawn. So to me, I want to see that fight because if he beat Keyshawn in the Olympics, I think Keyshawn gonna kill him in the regular fight because Keyshawn, he's gotten better. And plus, like Keyshawn said when he ended live, Olympics has rules. Boxing, pro boxing, you ain't got the same rules. So I don't think he's gonna last in that. But about Keyshawn, he's a lightweight. He signed the top rank. He's 9-0 with 6 KOs. He's number 10 in WBC, number 7 in IBF. And then his last fight, he won the decision, but they took it away, no contest because of some weed. Come on. Yeah, come on. To me, that's stupid, but yeah, it is what it is. But I think he'll bounce back. Hopefully, he does fight Cruz, but I hope he fights my next spotlight person. I hope he fights Kid Austin eventually. Kid Austin, another guy I want to talk about. Kid Austin, he's my favorite prospect. Period. My favorite prospect. His last fight, something he's never really done. He did in his last fight. He jabbed. So he's been working on the jab because last other fights he don't really jab that much, but he was jabbing, getting in there, and then he was breaking the dude down, knocked that dude out first round easy. It was a sorry fight anyway, but knocked him out first round. He's 21 years old, lightweight division. So is Keyshawn, like I said. He's signed to Golden Boy. His trainer is his father. Like I said, he got a first round knockout his last fight. That boy got power in both his hands. He got his defense could be better, but when you got him much power, you don't work on your defense. But I think he need to work on his defense some if he wants to fight Keyshawn. Because Keyshawn's probably gonna break him down a little bit right now because he has no real good defense. So BoMac's gonna work on that. But I know BoMac's gonna train him for that. So he needs to work on his defense if he wants to fight Keyshawn. But I think his next fight is probably gonna be JoJo because him and JoJo were going back and forth. And then JoJo said he wants to sign the deal. So I can't wait to see that fight. I think he'll beat JoJo. I think it'll be a good fight, but I think he'll beat JoJo because JoJo's over the hill right now. So I think he'll beat JoJo. But with Kid Carlson, like he's number 97 in the world. He's also number 5 in the WBA. He's not ranked in any other belts but the WBA, but I think eventually he will be ranked in other ones when he fights JoJo and fights other fighters because like people say he hasn't fought anybody yet, but I think he will in 2024. I think he will fight some fighters in 2024. I can't wait to see him. Like I said, I can't wait to see him fight Keyshawn because I think that's going to be one of the greatest fights for the prospects. So, do y'all have anything to say about that?
That Cromel, definitely. I definitely see what you're talking about with Tyson, power, Floyd defense, you know, that he's gonna be a monster.
Yeah.
And that's what back to what I was saying earlier on the Let Us Cook, that we need to see him. I can't see him. Why I can't see him? I need to see him perform. And of course it's because he's under 18, but he's a paid professional. Let that boy get all the attention and recognition he deserves. He out here fighting in the ring, risking his life, and he's supposed to be a professional. Let him get that. And but that Keyshawn and Floyd fight. I mean, Kid Austin fight. Man, that would be a good fight. I definitely see Keyshawn frustrating him though, because Keyshawn is a frustrating boxer. I ain't gonna lie, I get frustrated watching him. Um, but he's missing something, and I can't give it to you now. Probably next time he have a fight around, I can bring it to the next episode. But he's definitely missing something. I just cannot see it right now. But I hopefully you have him fight Kid Austin. That would, I can be able to explain it further from there. What else should I think about those three prospects?
I me and Ty sparred over this Keyshawn versus Kid Austin thing before. Hey, Keyshawn, man, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, seen a few comments or whatever talking about the weed, and like, I mean, it's weed, they all doing it or whatever. It is what it is. I personally don't think you can be an athlete and do any type of drug. So you know what I'm saying, I'm disappointed at him as well. The times are changing. I think in probably 10 years, we gonna be legal in all sports or whatever. Is what it is. I just don't see it. I think it messes up your lungs in some way, somehow, whatever. So I'm not a fan of it. But I think that fight wins and get one because of the camps. And we know that Keyshawn is in the best camp in boxing. So they are neck and neck. I've been watching Keyshawn a little more. I think it's the same thing. I was speaking before, whatever. It's the pedigree that I think gets Keyshawn over Kid Austin, because you got the Olympic pedigree. And if you got a guy like, I don't know what Kid Austin did and maybe some Olympic trials or what have you, but he didn't go to the Olympics. You know what I'm saying? That's a different type of monster there in training and who you're seeing and all the people that you're seeing, as well as soon as he goes professional. And he wasn't in Bo McAdam camp his whole professional, but he's still young and he's been there, for the last few years. And I think he's learning a lot. I mean, he's got to be sparring with Crawford and Shakur. You know what I'm saying? If you sparring Shakur, then your offense game is gonna be a little more lit because he's so hard to touch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you got the other hand where you sparring Crawford, who won't come at you. So that means his defense. So I think he's gonna be a more even kill. My only thing, I think that Kid Austin and him are Keyshawn are very talented, but I think that's where Kid Austin is going to come up short against him because his day to day, his sparring, his camp life, understanding the big lights. That when that fight happens, it's going to be on a big card. It's going to be on a televised card. Or I mean, we don't know where boxing going is. I'm saying there's still going to be some ESPN cards that just come on regular ESPN, but that's going to be on a big card. That takes away from people too. You getting the spotlight like Carmel. Ain't nobody watching. I get it. He young and all of that or whatever, but still, there's a little less exposure that happens at that point, which it takes away the anxiety and the fear and things of that nature. But he gonna have to step up to the big stage. He might mess around. That fight could happen. I don't think it happens soon, but that fight could happen on a pay-per-view card. So I just think that I'm leaning more to Keyshawn. But what I'm saying, we'll see. I think that fight doesn't even happen to maybe 140 after about 5 or so. Yeah, I just don't think that either camps. Golden Boy is hanging on to Ryan Garcia, and the only person I see next, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but I see the biggest star to me in the pipeline is going to be Kid Austin. So they're going to protect that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They definitely gotta protect that. I see Kid as you. I agree with you wholeheartedly. And now that you explain it that way, I agree with you wholeheartedly. Kid also need the he needs some more fights to keep up with Keyshawn, because Keyshawn definitely has more leverage than he does.
But I see when them two do fight, you'll get your answers that you are looking for, though, Ricky. If Keyshawn don't get somebody to test him earlier than that, because Floyd, I mean, I want to call him Kid Austin. His mama named him Floyd. I'm gonna call him Floyd. So I think with Floyd, the way he fights is so aggressive that it's gonna be one of those things where Keyshawn gonna have to kind of like pick and choose his battles. Like I said, he's going up against a Bud and also a Shakur in sparring. But it's one of those things where you can see the sparring and he's probably getting tested in a sparring session, but we can't see that. So when he gets to the main stage, he's just picking these people apart because he's like, well, if practice is hard, the main fight easy.
Yeah.
So if you get out there with another guy who's gonna be aggressive as what you're doing in practice, it's like, oh, okay, I seen this, but now I gotta pick and choose my moves because I ain't trying to really get knocked out for real. So I think honestly, if their careers go the way it's supposed to, I can see another Spence Bud Crawford type of ordeal boiling up where everybody wants to see this fight happen, but they keep pushing it down the line, and then boom, one day it happens.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, man, the youngins definitely, you know what I'm saying, are ready. And they definitely, we definitely want to see them more, you know, in the future. So we just can't really wait to see them rumble. So, you know, with that being said.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.